Good evening, Pride League. It's Disabled Vigilantes here, your 2017 fantasy champion, your commissioner. What can I say? I can't say that I don't miss my weekly rendezvous with you boys. I really do love playing fantasy football with you guys. With that being said, the Pride League as we know it will no longer be around. I'm just saying like that. Nobody has really expressed any interest or concern to manage the league. And truth be told, I don't think anybody wants to stay a part of a league that, it'd be a lot of work to replace an owner and all that stuff. So, especially with the way the league parity is, with no one being able to check the keepers, and there's no consequences, and no length of how long you can keep a particular player, so on and so on, etc., etc. The Pride League was fun. Unfortunately, it just spiraled out of control. Once the train's off the tracks and it's headed into a certain direction, there's nothing nobody can do besides let it die. Sometimes dead is better. So, I think we're going to let Pride die. We're going to finish this season out. Now comes the hard part. You got, I guess it'd be like I was trying to do something like before Pride, after Pride kind of thing. But I don't know. I lost it. I lost it. Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. Kudos to Tick, who had been picking up the slack. I guess he looked back to some of my videos. It looked kind of reminiscent. It's like, if you watch enough Bruce Lee movies, you might look like Bruce Lee a little. Tick tried to look like me a little. I could see little hints there. That's cool. No, I appreciated it. Tick did something that I think, because I think we all take it for granted. I want the community to do their own. I would love for Chalupas to have his a monthly segment or something like that. Or even because when I come back to Pride Dynasty, I'm going to do videos. But if y'all wanted to do videos and y'all want to post them up, man, I think that just makes the league better. It makes it more fun and more engaging. Calling out your weekly opponent in a video, it does wonders for your psyche, man. But there's a few people that probably know what I'm talking about. Two-time winner Alejandro Hernandez, who's manipulated the league in various different ways to acquire 2 titles. I'm pretty sure I can't vie for a back-to-back, but for whatever reason, if the fantasy football gods determine that Disabled Vigilantes needs to be the 4th seed in the playoffs, none of you want that. None of you want that. I promise you. My team took a while to get jump-started. Deshaun Watson floundered. I made some silly errors that cost me my chance to go back-to-back in a league I should have just dominated. Part of that, neither here nor there. It's just the league has spiraled to a point where there's no real check on, trading draft picks, and then no check on how long you keep. We needed a change. Speaking of that change, let me go ahead and get to the brass tacks of our Pride video. I'm not going to do any, not in this video, I'm not going to do any predictions. I'm not going to do any, fantasy dud. There's a lot of work that I have to do here in a little bit to make sure all the weekly high scores get their money. Got to do some calculations, just finding out who scored the highest and make sure they get enough money for the end of the year. We got playoffs coming up here in a little bit. I like that. I'm not really too terribly concerned. I think we got our division leaders, Chalupas, newcomer Dewar, and Pugs. Pug's making a interesting path to the championship. Gonna do it. I want to say he said 2000 something Seahawks when they were 7-9. Whatever. I agree. That is a pathetic way to get in the playoffs. But once you're there, wreak havoc, son. Wreak havoc. Unless you're playing me. But I digress. After this Pride League crashes, burns, and we honor it the way we should, I got a brand new bag for you guys. I don't know if anybody's going to want to join, but we're going to need to get a head count. I need a head count for sure. So I'm going to send the bylaws in the group me. And if you want, I mean, because y'all are going to have first dibs at franchises. If you want a franchise, you need to let me know, and I will send you a invite to the Discord chat for the Pride Dynasty League. It's gonna be epic and special. A year-round commitment where you're going to manage salary caps. You're gonna have 28 to 35 people on your roster, all with a designated salary and up to one to up to 4 years on his contract. You're gonna have players holding out because they're blowing up. You know, you're gonna have players that need to be franchise tagged, transition tagged. You're gonna be able to wheel and deal trades for draft picks. You're gonna be able to do all of this exciting, and you're gonna be able to manage a particular, you know, salary cap, and you're gonna have to budget, and if people are gonna go down, you're gonna have to get free agent waiver wire. You're gonna have to manage all this. It's going to be everything everything I imagine fantasy football to be, and more. So with that, I just want to give a breakdown to all the wild card hopefuls. I hope all you motherfuckers lose. I really do, just to see if I can make the playoffs. But if not, best of luck to everybody that's had fun in this league. But I do believe we're approaching the final regular season game of Pride. It's been up for 7 years. It's been a ride, gentlemen. Some of you have been here the entire time, which is super crazy, over 7 years. And I think it's just time for a new era. And it's going to be that, can you manage a team era, you know? And there's some things that are in the bylaws, but the summary has pretty much everything you need to know. There's going to be some fireworks, especially in that 4th season when all the prize pools are doubled, with the exception of the weekly high score. Weekly high score will stay the same, but the opportunity to win over almost $3,500 for getting first place, it is, I don't know. I think the setup for the league is going to be fun. It's still going to have that high-paced Pride feel, and I'm gonna be excited. That's pretty much it. That's it. I'll probably be back for the playoffs. I mean, it's hard for me not to send this Pride League off on a proper note. So I'm gonna finish this video. It's 9 minutes or so. Best of luck to everybody except the motherfucker I'm playing and all the wild card hopefuls. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all. Peace.